Welcome back to the Putback, episode 11. It's me and Dovensky here. Nolan couldn't make it today, unfortunately, but we're back with a brand new episode. Before we get into anything, as per usual, make sure you guys check out stadiumrain.com. I've got all the content on there, myself, Dovensky, and many other writers giving you daily content on basketball, football, everything that's going on in the league right now. Make sure to check out stadiumrain.com. Follow them on Twitter so you can get notifications when we go live, as well as many of the other shows that are streaming every week. And follow on Instagram and subscribe on YouTube for more. So back today, we've got a couple of things to talk about. Obviously, in the title, we're going to be doing our award predictions for the upcoming season. And then we've got, the starting five docu-series that's just come out on Netflix we're going to touch on. And we got some more things for you this hour. But how are you, my man?
What'd you say?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm chilling. Finished starting five yesterday. It was a really good documentary, honestly.
Fire, man. Anthony Edwards and Jimmy Butler, though. They're so funny. That's really good.
Honestly, like after watching that, I don't want to give like spoilers or anything, but after watching it, I truly believe that Anthony Edwards is going to be the next face of the league for sure.
Yeah. He's just got that personality, bro.
Yeah, it's the personality, the drive, his love for the game. Like he's a hooper. And he literally pulls up in sweatpants. All these other players are pulling up in like designer clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
Anthony pulls up in like a random hoodie, sweatpants, because he's just ready to hoop and just go home and then just do the cycle again.
That man's like nothing serious, bro. Like when he was at the birth of his daughter, bro. That was so funny to me.
He was so mad that that's what I love about him. Like he loves basketball.
Bro was mad he had to leave the game halftime.
It gave me a better insight on like the players because like usually like we scrutinize players for not playing and like always like resting quote unquote. Like after watching this, I do believe like there are a lot of players for real that really do love the game of basketball and like when they're actually hurt, like they're pissed, like they're not on the floor. They're trying so hard to get back on the floor. Like Jimmy, we know Jimmy. Anthony Edwards is one of those guys. LeBron, like we know those guys always want to hoop, but then there's other guys like Ben Simmons who's always hurt, and then like we question like their love for the game. We question like should they be in the NBA? Do they want to be in the NBA? But like after this, like I do believe like there's a lot of guys that really do love basketball and do it for the passion of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know about Ben Simmons specifically. He's like the one person that it's like I don't really know what he's thinking. But obviously we don't know what they're thinking. But that's the point of this documentary. Like, yeah, it was like real eye opening to see like well a lot of them like a lot of shit that they go through behind the scenes. Like obviously we know that they get like heavy media scrutiny, but like even watching Jason Tatum's part, and his mom was talking about it, it's like damn, right, that's something that is getting just talk shit about all the time. But we'll get to that. We will start with the main topic, which is award predictions for the upcoming season. So what do you want to start off with? We'll probably start with the MVP last.
Let's start off with like from the bottom. So like the awards that nobody really cares about, and then we work our way up. So like we can start off with like Coach of the Year.
Then the Coach of the Year. All right. So who do you have then for your Coach of the Year?
In my opinion, I think Tom Thibodeau is going to be Coach of the Year.
Did he win last year?
I don't think he won that. I think OKC's
yeah, 2 years ago. Then Tom
won. OKC's coach won it. Yeah, I got Thibodeau winning it. In my opinion, he could have won it the first year he was in New York. I think that was the 2021 season.
He's definitely won it with the Knicks already. Like it was the 22-23 season, I think.
I think it was when I think it was the year the Suns made it to the finals. I think that was the year Thibodeau was the coach of the Knicks for the first time. I think so. He could have won it that year because I think that was like the first time in like years, almost like a decade since the Knicks made it to the playoffs.
That was the
So,
Julius
so
Randle.
like I saw him winning it that year, but the Suns were just too good. But honestly, I think he has a chance this year because the Knicks have the possibility to be the best team in the league. I do think personally they will be the best team in the league, 60
Okay.
plus team for sure. So and knowing like how he is, like he's defense first, he's hustle, he's trying to win all the time. So I do think he's gonna win it. I just hope like he just doesn't overplay guys, like yeah, he usually does.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up happening.
Oh
But yeah, that next starting five, like in preseason, they haven't played very much together. It's preseason, but they've
yeah,
looked really good, especially defensively with Mikhail and Josh Hart and OG out there with Bronson and Cat. That starting five looks so good. They just got all that wing defense plus the scoring up top and down low. So that's a good pick. I like Tom Thibodeau. Obviously they were 2 seed last year, so if they get the 1 seed, obviously that's an improvement. But I feel like for coach of the year, most of the time it normally goes to a team that jumps, like has a significant jump.
yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
so I went with Jamal Mosley in Orlando.
That's
I think again they were the 5 seed last year, so that's pretty good. I don't think they'll get much higher than that if they do. But I just think the actual team talent, well, not talent, the team, how good they are on paper, will be a lot better than last year with Paolo. Hopefully, taking a jump, Franz Wagner can get his 3-point shot back with any luck, and then that team's looking good for a playoff push because obviously they were eliminated in the first round last year, and obviously I know it's a regular season award, but like that's again, there's so many teams that could technically improve in the standings, especially out west, because like it's a bunch of teams that could end up being the 2 seed or the 9 seed sort of thing.
yeah.
Like um, Taylor, I forget his name now, but the Memphis coach, because they were a bad team last year,
I
they
forgot
could
his.
be Taylor Jenkins. Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah,
He could be a candidate, but yeah, I put Jamal Mosley. I had Willie Green up there too for the Pels. Obviously, I had the Pelicans at the 2 seed in the West this year. So if they actually do that, he'll definitely be a candidate.
yeah,
Um, and then Mark Dagenham, I was talking about as well. Obviously, you're just saying he won last year, so and they were the 1 seed. But if they improve again as they look like they will, um, he'll be in the running. Sort of a Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra situation. You know how crazy it is? Eric Spoelstra's never won Coach of the Year.
that's insane. That is actually
Unbelievable.
insane. And he's been voted best coach in the league for years. I
By
think
by other coaches.
yeah, this year by like the GMs, he got voted best coach of the year again.
It's been like 7 years in a row or something.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best coaches in the league. The fact that he's able to develop guys, and that's why like he's such a good coach. And I don't think like many coaches, the only other coach that really competes with him is like Popovich, because like those are like the only two coaches that you see like actually develop guys, whether it's a G leaguer, whether it's a two-way contract guy, whether it's a rookie, whether it's
Yeah,
a new star on the team. Like they take their time and they watch the players, they give the players advice, they like actually develop these guys. Like look at the Heat, like what's his name, Kendrick Nunn. This man
mm,
was undrafted and he was third place in rookie of the year voting. Moment he left Miami,
yeah,
he's not good. Gabe Vincent, another great player from Miami. The moment he left Miami, he's not doing good. The only guy that's been doing decent ever since leaving Miami was Max Strus. He was actually playing decent in Cleveland. But besides that, like these guys have a role. They fit their role perfectly. And like the moment they leave, playing like a different role, like they just don't play the same.
yeah. Even like Caleb Martin, like he was a non shit when he was with
Yeah.
Charlotte. Came to Miami, he was and now he's getting paid $8 million a year
Yeah,
in Philly. Because Miami, we talk about the Miami culture, the Heat culture, and that I think that definitely starts with Spoelstra ever since he's been head coach since the D Wade Shaq days. Like it's always been since then that Miami like hard nosed sort of culture, and Eric Spoelstra is definitely a big part of that.
yeah,
Definitely more of a player's coach, like you said. He's like Popovich. Is that like I've never heard a player say that they didn't enjoy their time in Miami or San Antonio. Like
yeah,
DeMar DeRozan, for example, when he was in San Antonio, he couldn't sing Pop's praises enough, even though they weren't ever a really good team. And the same thing with Eric Spoelstra. Even Hassan Whiteside's another good case. Like
yeah,
he was obviously drafted by Sacramento, barely played. He was an all star in Miami.
yeah.
You know,
He was an all-star caliber player. Like his issue was like I think his mentality. That was like when
I
he was
mean,
on.
yeah, he got paid, and then he
Yeah,
was,
he started getting lazy. But
yeah,
when he first came to Miami, I remember I think it was like 2014 or 2015. This was like right after LeBron left.
yeah,
And I remember I think it was against the Bulls. He had like 12 blocks that game. I think
yeah.
it was against the Bulls. He had like 12 blocks. I think that's the franchise record too. And Whiteside was a great player.
That
And
like
we see
2014, 2017 era, like those 3 or 4 years when the center position was not that great. He was literally one of the best bigs in basketball.
that's true. And then you got Wemby just talking nothing but positives about Greg Popovich.
Yeah,
We see Tony Parker, Ginobili, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, nothing but positives when it comes to Greg Popovich, just because like how good of a coach he truly is.
yeah. I was just saying, I don't think like Greg Popovich has won that many Coach of the Years either,
I think he got like one or two.
which is mad. Like he is like consensus best coach of all time to most people.
Yeah,
3-time Coach of the Year,
3 time.
and one of them was in 2003.
That's it. Only three. And what's the playoff streak? Like 22? I think it's 22 straight
Yeah,
playoffs.
something like that.
And you only got three Coach of the Year awards. That's crazy.
2003, 2012, 2014. Like that whole time. It's the same argument with LeBron being he could have been MVP every year. Like Greg Popovich could have been
That's
Coach of the
true.
Year every year, and Eric Spoelstra could be too for the last like decade. And it's mind blowing. He doesn't even have one. Like it's not like Miami have never been a good team.
Exactly. I mean, post LeBron, we weren't that good. We were like
No,
bottom of the East playoff team, and then it
it
was
was
like,
hovering around that 6 to 8 seed.
yeah, I think like the year Wade retired, we were like the ninth or 10th seed. We didn't even make the playoffs that year, and
Right.
that was the season before we got Butler.
But like even again, going back to D Wade, going back to LeBron, they were the best team in the league,
They were the best team in the league.
and
2013, LeBron, the most dominant year of his career. I think they won 27 straight games that year, and he didn't even win Coach of the Year.
and Popovich won in 2012 and 2014. So I am very interested to know who won in 2013. That it
I
wasn't
got
your exposure
I gotta check this for real.
because that is like
Who
I,
won?
I just heard about it yesterday that he's
George
never won.
Farrell, the Bulls coach.
I
The
mean,
Bulls
I mean that
coach.
makes sense, I guess.
That yeah.
I
Wait, hold on. No, wait. I think it was no. He was the Nuggets coach.
I was
He
gonna
was
say when did George Karl catch the Bulls?
he was the Nuggets coach because that's our Bulls. Uh they won 57 and 25 that season in 2013.
I mean, I get like yeah, there was good teams in the era,
Yeah, they
and the
were.
Bulls were like a come up team, so I guess that makes sense. They had the big three. No one liked the Heat at that time.
Yeah,
You
even
weren't a
but
Heat fan.
himself. No,
Yeah,
they didn't like the Heat.
but yeah, that was crazy to me. But completely off topic. But yeah, I had Jamal Mosley and you had Tom Thibodeau, right?
Yeah,
All right. What's the next least? Honestly, maybe maybe rookie of the year.
maybe. I was thinking clutch player of the year, but for honestly, clutch player of the year, I don't even have anybody because
Okay.
like I feel like that's an award that you have to watch the game to like figure out.
Yeah, it could literally be anyone.
It literally anyone because you one moment it could be KD, the next moment you could say oh Curry's clutch player of the year, the next moment you could say DeRozan or LeBron or
Yeah.
Butler or somebody like that. It just depends on like how the season's going on. Honestly,
I had Damian Lillard for the record
mm.
at the one. Hopefully, I'm thinking he has a bounce back here because I've
Yeah, I
got a
don't
lot of
have anybody because I that one I truly have to like watch to see
yeah,
like, who's hooping in like the final 5 minutes of the game with
yeah,
like
yeah,
down by like three or something like that.
exactly. Like if the Bucks aren't in a lot of close games, like if you're on a great team and you win every game by 12 points plus, then you're not going to be in contention
Yeah, yeah,
because
that's
you don't get clutch moments. So that's why like a Shea would be an option, but not really because the OKC Thunder are going to be so good. I had Tyrese Maxey on that list too,
that's not.
but I don't know how many clutch shots Tyrese Maxey's even going to be taking with PG and Embiid on the team.
Honestly, I feel like he's gonna take a lot.
I hope so.
I
He
think I
is
think
good.
yeah, I feel like if they're gonna do like an ISO, they're definitely gonna give it to him. He's definitely gonna do like those ISO clutch moments. If it's just gonna be like pass, 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 then it's most likely gonna be Embiid in the
Mhm.
post or something like that. But if they want a 3 point shot, it's for sure gonna be like Maxi,
Yeah,
maybe Paul George from time to time because they're gonna have
I'd like to see Maxey on the ball and then working something off ball for Paul George.
maybe.
So not sitting in the corner per se, but like I'd want Maxi to be the guy with the ball, and then if he needs
Oh
to
yeah,
pay up,
I see that Maxi is making the plays. Maybe Embiid says a screen or something. They put their attention on Maxi and Embiid, and then like they just leave Paul George like wide open in
and
the
that is a great guy to have as a third option for a clutch moment like Paul George.
Sixers. They for sure can do something, but it's
I so hope, man. I so hope they do. I,
it's
I've,
the hell.
I feel bad for Joel Embiid at this point. Uh,
Man, I
uh,
I really feel bad because like besides like last season was like the only time he actually played really good in the playoff series.
mm,
Every other year, like he's just choking and like he's choking.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
I think 2019 is a bit underrated in his catalog. Like the Raptors won. Obviously, they were one buzzer beating
yeah.
ridiculous wide
That was,
shot
that was
from
the best chance because that was
that.
second round.
They, they definitely had a chance to win the chip that year if they get past Toronto.
Yeah, I think if they beat Toronto, I don't know if they beat Milwaukee. I don't really see them beating Milwaukee. If they
I
were to
mean,
beat Milwaukee, it would be another 7 game series.
that team with Jimmy and Ben Simmons playing like an all star and Embiid and JJ Redick and Tobias Harris, that was a nasty team, bro.
That's true.
And it took Kawhi being Superman to beat that.
Somehow, Kawhi Leonard just went crazy.
Yeah, and then Toronto beat Milwaukee as well. But like that Toronto Milwaukee series, like the Bucks played pretty bad in that series, and Toronto weren't
They
even
they were
really.
up 2-0. It's because they made defense. It's because like Nick Nurse just made defensive adjustments,
Yeah,
and then
just,
like the Bucks couldn't answer at all.
just put a wall on Giannis. Okay,
Got him.
was that?
That's how Miami got him too.
So as everybody get him. Uh, Rookie of the year then.
Mm, yeah, it's gonna be biased. I don't care. I got Khalil Ware winning Rookie of the Year. I got to show off my Heat bias just a little bit, but he's summer league. He played great. Um, I remember watching this. I remember watching this little interview from that two guys were doing with Spo, and Spo was talking great things about Khalil. He was talking about how like you got to earn your minutes, and he's showing that like he's gonna definitely earn those minutes, and I could see that for sure because he's a really good defender, really great in the paint, interior defender, because that's what we need, especially on the center position. Because I mean, Bam is great, but he's still undersized, and that's what always kills me. Bam is a great defender, but he's just so undersized. So like, yeah, sometimes you could stop Jokic, even though that's damn near impossible. Sometimes you could stop Embiid. But at the end of the day, if you're getting a stop, that's nice. But if they're getting an offensive board over you, you basically they're still probably going to get 2 or 3 points anyways because they got the offensive board. So having a big body like Khalil Ware grabbing the boards, maybe you could. I don't think he's going to start immediately. I think he's going to work his way into the starting lineup by like mid-season. So like you're going to slide him in the center position, and then you can move Bam into the power forward position. So Bam could like relax more and like focus more on perimeter defense
Mm.
while Khalil is just standing in the paint. Well, I don't want to say standing in the paint, but like he's like guarding the paint, and then if Bam has to play some help defense, you got Bam on the help defense as well. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be great. He can catch lobs. He's a great lob threat, streaky shooter, but he'll get there eventually.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, I have him in my top three. To be fair, like I did love what I seen out of him in preseason. He had 6 stocks in that first game and 17 points. Yeah, he was balling, and he had a nice soft touch around the rim, which it's nice to see from a rookie big, because normally you don't get that, you know. Um, but for the Heat, like I think they would, ideally, if they're going to end up starting Khalil and Bam, I'd want to see them use it in a Brook Lopez Giannis type situation where
Yeah,
Brook Lopez is your main defender, and Giannis is that sweeper, that help defender. I don't
yeah,
know which way you'd do it, because obviously Khalil was probably more likely to get a block
yeah.
on
I say
help.
put Khalil in the interior because Bam is more mobile.
Yeah, and much more
He's able
versatile.
to perimeter easier.
Yeah. So if you have, I mean, I guess in that case, if it's a low post move, and I guess you'd have Khalil down low. If
Yeah,
what you're saying, if he's guarding a Joel Embiid, a Jokic,
yeah. If he's struggling, that's when you get Bam try to probably steal the ball or just double team, and then now it's going to be a real problem.
yeah, I love the sound of it. Yeah, it sounds beautiful, but we'll see if that ends up happening. And they should definitely experiment it. I was surprised they didn't do it in preseason. They didn't just start them both just to see what would happen, even just for the few minutes that Ben plays. Um, I This was a couple months ago when we did this. Originally, I had Alex Sarr as my rookie of the year. Uh, Now that I have seen pretty much all the rookies play a little bit, I definitely need to put Stephon Castle in the mix because he has been hooping for the Spurs, and he just got that game that honestly a lot of those Spurs young dudes have, those Malachi Branhams, Blake Wesley's, Devin Vassell, Carter Johnson type game. But
Yeah,
he looks very polished, even at 20 years old, I think he is. So I'd be surprised if he's not playing pretty big minutes early on. It'll be off the bench. But I really like what I've seen out of Stephon Castle, and Matas Buzalis was up there for me as well. Again, he's just going to have a lot of opportunity in Chicago because there's no reason he shouldn't be playing 25 plus minutes a game. They're not really competing for anything. At least they won't be after 20 games of the season. Um, so yeah, I guess I'll say my pick is Stephon Castle.
that's nice.
And
Was it Castle that got the poster?
yes, bro, yes,
Yeah, I saw that poster. That was
nasty.
nasty. I mean, it's preseason, but that was a really nasty poster.
Just made sure that I forget what the guy's name is on OKC, but just guaranteed that he didn't get a roster spot. That was crazy. Um, Hey, it says rookies, coach of the year, um, most improved.
Oh, most improved. Wow, I forgot about that award.
Okay, most improved
Mm,
is a whack award now because
that
it's not really going to most improved players anymore. It's just going to second year players that take a big jump that they're supposed to.
yeah, I,
Uh,
that's what I didn't like. I remember they did that with Jaw in his second year. He
yeah.
was like, did he won it right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, why do you have Jaw winning most improved in his second year? He's supposed to improve. He was a second overall pick.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to improve in your second year. So
That
honestly, it usually just goes to at this point just goes to a guy that becomes an all star for the first time.
yeah.
That's usually how I see it now. Because usually, if it's like a first time all star, he's most likely gonna win most improved.
Yeah. That's what it's been with like Larry Markin and Brandon Ingram, even like Julius Randle. Julius Randle was a good pick though.
Yeah,
Uh,
I remember Oladipo won it his first all star year
mm,
too.
mm. Again, but those ones are cool. But it's like it's easy to improve your numbers when your opportunity goes up so much.
Yeah,
Like that's why like a Jalen Johnson was my pick this year or last season because his minutes did increase eventually, but that was because he had improved. He had literally improved so much. Even a Kobe White, who was in his third or fourth season, his numbers skyrocketed.
yeah.
Um, but it's not that he had more opportunity; he just played better and forced more minutes. But for what it's worth, I had Emmanuel quickly
You know,
winning the
I
award.
was I was just looking at like the odds, and Emmanuel quickly was like top two, top three,
Is he
and I
actually?
completely forgot about him. And I was like, and as soon as I saw his name, I was like, I could see it. Is it gonna happen? Maybe. I saw what's his name, Podizimski as like number one for
Wow.
the. But I could see either one of them winning it. After that, after the Raptors trade, after Emmanuel quickly got Raptors, he's definitely gonna get more minutes. I think I could see him having like a similar season, not exactly the same, but a similar season to Maxi when Harden got traded. The moment Harden got traded, Maxi was able to skyrocket. So I think this new season coming up, quickly now has like he knows like Raptors basketball. He's familiar with it. So now I think like this is gonna be the year where he actually shoots up. And crazy thing is, last year he was my pick for six man of the year.
Yeah,
If it, if it
he
wasn't
was
for
definitely a favorite.
if it wasn't for that trade, I think he would have won six man of the year.
I think so. Yeah. Who else did I have? Most improved. Christian Brown is another one. Again, a guy that's going to get
That's,
more opportunity with KCP out of there. Um, Russell Westbrook's going to be coming off the bench, so Christian Brown's going to start. And he's going to have to keep working on that 3 point shot. But if he can get that going, become a really good 3 and D option, he's definitely a guy that could win it. Even though he won't have crazy numbers, but like he's not going to have an all-star jump or anything.
is honestly.
Yeah, and Josh Giddey I put as well,
Ooh.
and that is entirely dependent on if the Bulls are decent. I like what I've seen out of Josh Giddey in preseason. I really, really hope they trade Zach LaVine soon. Um, I don't think anyone wants Zach LaVine, but if they can start Josh Giddey and Kobe White with Buzelis and Patrick Williams and I guess Vucevic, but hopefully they trade him too and start Jalen Smith. That team's going to be trash, but it's going to be
Oh,
fun to watch. And
it's the Bulls. It's the Bulls. What's new? Thing with
very,
Josh Giddey, I think if Josh Giddey could shoot better, he
yeah,
can be in contention because he's a great player, especially his rookie season.
yeah,
I honestly thought he was gonna win Rookie of the Year, and he didn't. Dude I was averaging almost a triple double his rookie year, so I was
yeah.
honestly shocked when he didn't win Rookie of the Year. But last season he just shot so awful. So if his shooting percentages can go up and plays similar to how he plays and makes smarter passes as well, then he can definitely become contention for most improved.
Yeah. Um, Sorry, I was gonna say, did you see that? It was a Bleacher Report article. It was like one reason why every team won't
Oh yeah, I saw it. The Bulls are generational incompetence.
throw the
It's not
most
even
out of
not even
pocket shit.
wrong. That's the worst part.
Generational incompetence, bro.
You're not even wrong. I
The
just
most
feel so
valid shit.
bad for Bulls fans because it's the same thing over and over and over again. You're at this point they're in no man's land because you're too good to get like a top five pick, but you're too bad to make it to the playoffs. You're in the playing spot, and honestly, they could probably even be like 12th or 11th.
Yeah,
Honestly, so like they're just like that middle of the pack no man's land team now.
yeah, it was bro because every team's was like, he traded for a 35-year-old. You didn't improve the roster, and they just flamed the Bulls for no reason, man.
Generational incompetence.
As soon as I seen that, I went into the comments and everyone was just crying. Generational incompetence is generational incompetence, bro.
That is insane.
You see that as a GM, you're like, what the, bro?
I would, I'm not gonna lie. If I was the GM of the Bulls, I'd have to start making phone calls for some trades now because that is crazy.
That's that's because like 2021 when when Lonzo was healthy, they had Demar and Levine was playing good. They were the one seed for a while, bro.
Yeah, and then
I
when
was
Lonzo
like, damn, the Bulls won the
out,
offseason.
that was
And
it.
3 years later, generational incompetence. That's tough. But yeah, like you said, it's not wrong, man. They have been shocking, apart from that one year, which
Yeah.
ruined by injuries, to be fair to them. Uh,
I This is six man of the year.
so,
I, I got honestly, it depends, but I got Dante DiVincenzo winning six man of the year.
hmm, I don't know. Yeah, will he come off the bench? I guess so,
That's
right?
That's the thing. Probably because I don't see them putting Mike Conley on the bench and then moving Anthony
But
Edwards point guard because he's not a bad playmaker, but he's not like at that point guard level. I see him like as a Devin Booker,
mm,
like
yeah, yeah,
not a bad playmaker, but you don't really want to see him run like point guard full time because
yeah,
he doesn't have like point guard vision. He's not a bad he doesn't have bad passing vision. He doesn't have bad basketball IQ, but
yeah,
you know, you want like point guard passing vision, you want point guard IQ because that was their role. Like Anthony Edwards is mainly a scorer. He's a two-way player. So having Anthony Edwards playing point guard, it's not gonna be bad, but I think like a true point guard, like just a regular actual point guard,
yeah,
should be there and have Dante come off the bench
yeah.
because
You're
I don't
right.
even see Dante playing point guard, honestly. And
Yeah,
if I were to have another pick, probably Benedict Mathurin,
yeah,
if he does come off the bench, and if he's healthy, because I'm a big fan of Benedict Mathurin. I remember watching the what was it, the Rising Stars Challenge of last season, and he was just talking so much trash, and he was
he
just
was. Yeah.
getting buckets. I was like, bro, this dude is the real deal.
At All
He's
Star in Indiana, and he was just
yeah,
talking like he owned the city.
he's trash talking. He's getting buckets, and there was nothing you could do about it either.
Yeah, he was cooking. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, Dante DiVincenzo is actually a great pick that I didn't think about. Obviously, I made this a couple months ago now, but um, so that was before the trade. But yeah, I do like that because he will play big minutes. It's definitely you're right. They will start Mike Conley, especially at the start of the game, to have a more pure point guard out on the floor. But
Yeah,
uh, they'll definitely be running a lineup of a small ball lineup of Conley, DiVincenzo, and Jaden McDaniels, and like Julius Randle or Rudy Gobert, whoever. A lot of minutes.
yeah.
Uh, so I could definitely see him doing that.
The only
Um,
the only way I see him starting is if they move Anthony Edwards to small forward, and I don't really see that happening.
Yeah, they're not gonna put Jaden McDaniels on the bench. He's just too good defensively.
No, unless they have Nas Reed come off the bench and they have Randall play center, but I don't think
And then
Randall's that good defensively to play center.
and then Gobert come off the bench too.
No, McDaniels play power forward.
Yeah, and then who plays center?
Randall, but I don't see Randall playing center. Like he's not. I don't see him being good enough defensively to play center. To be honest.
But then that would mean Rudy Gobert is on the bench, right?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Damn, I forgot about Gobert. Oh, wow. Oh man. Oh
I don't
man.
think. Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
whole summer of hating Gobert. I completely forgot him from the Bulls.
What he just played for Team France.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. David Jones is definitely a good pick. You went Khalil Ware with your rookie of the year.
Yeah.
So I got a home pick too. And I was saying I got my boy Malik Monk back. We should have won last year, but he got injured at the end of the year, so he's coming back this season. I do think that we'll still start Keon Ellis at the two, at least for the majority of the games, so that Malik Monk is eligible for six man. Um, Last year he averaged 15 and a half points, 5 assists a game. Both led the NBA in bench, bench points and bench assists per game.
That's insane how he did not win it. Because usually 6 man of the year is who scores the most points coming off the bench.
You know, but I don't think he quite met the games played for sure.
That's probably why.
I'm not mistaken. But Nasrid deserved it too. He had a real good season, especially the second half of the season was excellent. He was my number two. I had Karis LeVert up there too. Again, that kind of just depends on how good the Cavs are. But Karis LeVert's always a guy that's in those 6 man of the year conversations just because he can definitely get a bucket and he's going to play big minutes. But yeah, my boy Malik, please Malik, man, just win it. Okay. Well, yeah, the defensive player of the year.
Yep. I'm just gonna say right now, it's Wembanyama. I don't care what anyone says. It's Wembanyama. He should have won last year. I mean, led the league in blocks as a rookie, damn near 4 blocks per game. I don't remember the last time a player averaged like over 3 blocks per game. Maybe I think Gobert.
I don't think he did. I don't think Gobert has.
I think he averaged like 2.5 blocks or like
Gobert has an average 3 blocks.
I don't remember the last time a player actually averaged like over 3 blocks a game in the season.
Did us? I know we were just talking about him. I think it might be Hassan Whiteside.
Probably.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Well, hold on. Let me see. I think so.
If it is Hassan Whiteside, that's because that was like 7 years ago, if that's true.
Whiteside was a great rim protector.
Yeah, he was getting them blocks.
Hold on, let me. It probably was Whiteside for real.
It can't be though. That was so long ago.
No. Oh yeah. 2015-2016 season, he averaged 3.7 blocks.
And no one else has done it since then.
Let me see. Yeah, dang, 3.7 blocks is insane.
Yeah, that is a lot. Jesus Christ.
He made all defensive second team that year.
Yeah, bro, he was a problem in Miami. I'm telling you.
Wow. How do you lead the league in blocks and you make all defensive second team?
I'll be honest, he was like a block merchant. Like he wasn't a great defender, but he was
getting
outside blocks.
That's true. Yeah, Gobert never averaged 3 blocks. His most blocks he averaged in the season was 2.7 in 2021. Yeah, yep. Honestly, it's for sure going to Wemby. That man said he can have it this season. I'm taking it next season. I expect Wemby to take it this season. He led the league in blocks. I think he led the league in stocks as well.
I can see that.
I believe so. And I think
Miles Turner averaged 3.4 in the 2020.
But the thing is, he doesn't play that many games. That's just that was the thing.
Yeah.
Like 54 games.
Yeah, definitely.
Between like 50 games. That's why, because I know like he got frustrated when he never won defensive player of the year or when he was never in contention. But
Mm,
but I understand, but like he never plays. Like he's always
yeah,
injured. So I
yeah.
see why he never got it. But Miles Turner is one. But honestly, Wemby gotta get it. I think I remember. I think it was like before the season ended. I was watching a video about like the Spurs and Wemby and how like just impactful he is. I think like when he's off the court, the Spurs are one of the worst defensive teams in the league. But when he's on the court, the Spurs are like middle of the pack in the league for
Yeah,
defense.
yeah,
Just one. That's just one guy, and he
yeah.
skyrockets your team defensively like that. And I think that's how they got to look at defensive player of the year because honestly, like that award is difficult to look at because you only have like block steals, defensive rebounds. That's really it.
Mm,
So that's really like a hard award to look at because you don't really have that many numbers. You have to watch a guy play.
yeah.
That's why like Bam should usually be in contention for it. Because the
Mm,
thing is with Rudy Gobert, yeah, he's a great defender, but the team's defense was just that good. So
that's
being the best defender on the best defensive team, yeah, man, he was an anchor on the best defensive team. But if you got a guy when he's off the court that your team is one of the worst at defense in the league, but when he's playing, they're like a top tier defensive team or in the middle of the pack. That is defensive impact right there, and that should go into when somebody is being considered for defensive player of the year because like it's one player. If one player is able to impact the team's defense that much, if you're able to make the team's field goal percentage decrease, if you're having guys just avoid the paint or just give up shots because like you're on the floor, for sure you gotta be in consideration because your defense is just that good.
and to be fair, like to Rudy, like especially more especially in Utah, like that is true. We're sort of talking about that defensive plus minus sort of thing. Like when
Yeah,
he was bought in Utah, they were horrible. They were horrible defensively. Like, they had no perimeter defense in Utah. When him and Donovan Mitchell were still there, like that was just when he was on the court, no one would even try shoot at the rim, and that's why
yeah,
he was winning the awards. He wasn't getting major block numbers.
that can make that should qualify him for defensive player of the year because if he was that impactful, then yeah,
And yeah, it's hard to argue, best defensive player on the best defensive team,
yeah,
not winning defensive player of the year. But I also have Wemby winning it. He's just going to average a ridiculous amount of steals and blocks and be a highlight reel while he's doing it as well. So that'll be hard to ignore.
he's averaging
And
4 blocks this season. He's gonna average damn near 2 steals a game. I'm calling it right
who,
now.
because who was the last person to average 4 blocks per game?
Wow, I don't even know. I don't even know.
It was. Hold on,
It's
let me
gonna be a
see what.
it's gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna be a wild guess. I'm gonna guess Serge Ibaka. Sir,
Serge Ibaka didn't. Nah, he averaged, but he did lead the league in blocks twice, 2 years in a row. He averaged, I think,
dude, that is
3.3 blocks, I think it was, which is pretty good because he was only like 6'9".
yeah,
Uh,
Serge Ibaka never won DPOI, and that's insane.
Serge Ibaka, that boy.
That he
But
blocked
the last person was 19 seasons ago,
19 seasons ago.
95, 96 season.
95. Not even Ben Wallace averaged 4 blocks. That's crazy. Okay,
Dwight Howard,
that's
Ben
Akeem.
Wallace.
That's Akeem.
Was not Hakeem. He did it in 92, 93. 95, 96 was one of
95,
the most
96. No, that
one of the
can't be
greatest blockers.
95. Who was it? 95, 96?
It was Dikembe,
It was Dikembe. Wow.
Dikembe Mutombo on
I was
Atlanta,
thinking either Hakeem, David Robinson, or Dikembe.
and
Wow.
he didn't just he averaged 4.5.
4.5 is crazy.
He had 332 blocks in 74 games.
That is insane.
Disgusting.
That is
Uh,
insane.
Yeah, wow. Bro, Mark Eden averaged 5.5 blocks.
Oh yeah,
On,
Mark. He was just in the paint.
yeah, he led the league 4 times in blocks per game. Jesus, 5.5 is disgusting. 456 blocks in the season.
Yeah, I think that's the record for most blocks per game in the season
There's
too.
gotta be. Because Wilson, Bill Russell, and them didn't get
Yeah,
their
they
blocks counted.
counted.
I think Wilt would have the record for sure if
Oh
the
no, for
stats we see about
it
him are
would be
true.
between Wilt and Bill Russell.
I,
But
th-
you
I
think,
think I think Wilt might have averaged like 9 blocks a game.
oh
Oh,
yeah, I would have loved to see that.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I had Wimby, I had Chit up there, and Giannis as well. But it's pretty clear cut Wimby to me. Chit's gonna get a lot of that taken away with playing with Isaiah Hartenstein. A lot of minutes they're gonna
Yeah,
take away from each other stats wise. But their defense will probably be the best in the league, if not, one of the best. Because they've added Alex Caruso. She's already a great defender. Lou Dort.
that too. They're going to be a great defensive team.
That starting lineup is like even J Dub's a pretty good perimeter defender. Like that is a disgustingly good defensive lineup.
Yeah,
And then yeah, he's still got pretty good defenders in like Aaron Wiggins um, on the bench. Casey Wallace is a dog. That would definitely be my pick to be the best defensive team. Um, we done everything except MVP.
yeah. Just MVP. That's the last
All
one.
right, let's do it then.
That MVP was probably the hardest one because honestly, I see so many guys contending for it. But my pick, I'm gonna go with Luca. I think Luca. This is gonna be Luca's year. But I could see Anthony Edwards winning it. I could see Anthony Edwards
Mm,
revenge season. I could see Butler. Butler better have a revenge season
you can see Butler. You
when
can see Butler
possible.
winning MVP.
Being top five in MVP. I'll say top five.
Shit, boy.
I'll say
Yeah,
top five MVP. Look, because the final thing Butler said in starting five is that he owes Miami a championship, and he better get that championship.
If Jimmy
Honestly,
Butler is top five, and if Jimmy Butler top five in MVP voting at the end of the year,
I think
I'll
so. I think so because he said he owes Miami a championship because he does. He does. I've been waiting for this for so long. He's on the last year of his deal, and they didn't re-sign him, so he's on a contract year as well. So he
doesn't.
knows damn well he needs to hoop.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler will have an insanely good regular season compared to the last few years because we know what Jimmy does. He kind of coasts his way through the regular season, turns up in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
I don't like. That's the thing I don't like. He doesn't show up for the regular season like that. Miami is like middle of the pack, damn near to 8th seed to playing team. I don't want to be a playing team. I'm trying to be up there, bro. I want Miami to be up there. Like we got to be a threat. I want home court advantage because when
Yeah,
Miami's at home, you almost cannot beat Miami when they're at home.
that's a good home crowd.
Yeah. So
But
yeah,
listen,
he needs
Jimmy
luck.
Butler, Jimmy Butler could have the best season of his career so far, the best regular season, and I don't think he's top five in MVP still.
It's probably
Not
that bias in me, but
not because he's not a good player.
yeah,
Obviously, he's
I
great.
know, I know. It's so much talent in the league. You can name like 10 different players.
Exactly. That's all it is.
We could like literally list 10 different players to win MVP this year because the league is just so talented. Like,
And he could definitely make an All NBA team. I could definitely see that.
oh
He
yeah,
didn't make mine, but like that's definitely a possibility.
like the league is so talented. Like now, like you don't even consider LeBron to be in MVP voting anymore.
Exactly, that's crazy.
That's insane because almost every year LeBron has been in some sort of MVP. I think the last time he was really in MVP talk was like that year the Lakers won a championship. Or
I
yeah,
wasn't even in conversations that year.
I think he was in the conversation for like 2020.
Yeah,
I think he was
I they would have one seed. He would have been
third or
in
fourth.
conversations. I was thinking like 2018. That was the last time I really like when James Harden won.
Yeah,
When that's I thought LeBron should have won that year
he
personally.
should have won that year.
but it's like James Harden had to win one at some
Let me
stage.
see. Let me see. When was the last time he was like top three in MVP? I think it was 2020.
That would make sense.
Yeah, he was second place in MVP voting in 2020. That was the last time he was top three.
And Giannis won that year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well deserved though. That was well
Yeah,
deserved.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
But it's crazy that LeBron, who averaged 25 last year, wasn't even in top 10.
Yeah. I
Was
mean,
top 10.
he was on the Lakers, so
Yeah, but
Lakers were average.
like,
But yeah, like
imagine like just like imagine sitting in like the mid 2000s and you were to tell somebody averaging 25 points per game is going to get you all NBA third team.
25, 7, and 7, mind
Yeah,
you.
that 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 right there is MVP in like 2006.
Well, maybe not 2006 specifically because that's when Kobe averaged 35. But I get what you.
Yeah, the like
I get
mid 2000s, mid
yeah,
2000s, that mid 2000s,
but
the early 2000s, that could get you MVP. If
like
not,
Steve
that's
Nash ain't
probably
winning no MVP. Nash ain't winning no MVP if LeBron's doing it. Although to be fair, I think he almost was doing that then. So
yeah. Those numbers are crazy numbers, but not even top 10. The league is just so talented that
yeah,
you have to at least average 30 to be under consideration.
yeah, or just average a triple double with
Yeah,
like 27,
you either have to average 30 or average a triple double or damn near a triple double to be in
and
contention for MVP.
you got to be a top three seed.
Well, top three, maybe top four.
Honestly, that's kind of what separates it about because there's a lot of players averaging 30 some points.
Yeah,
Um, so like that is kind
I
of
feel like
a
it's,
differentiator.
I feel like if the stats are just that good, like if you're averaging like 30, 10, and like 11 or something like that, and you're the fifth seed,
Yeah,
most likely they would probably give you MVP.
yeah. Because what do you think Luca's looking like averages wise to win an MVP?
To win MVP, I feel like he's gonna average maybe 33, maybe 11 boards and 11 assists.
Yeah, that would definitely be MVP. Yeah,
I could see
33, 11, and 11.
I
God
could see
damn.
Luka doing that, and maybe like 47% from the field, and then 36% from three, somewhere right there.
That sounds accurate. That's a high usage percentage if he's scoring 33 points
Oh yeah,
on like league average efficiency.
I mean, but he did lead the league in points last season.
Yeah, he did. Well, he was like 33 last year too, right?
He averaged 34.
Yeah, 34. So I don't know. It depends. I don't know if Clay's going to be high usage or not this year, but assuming that he's at least an upgrade in usage over Derek Jones Jr.
Yeah,
We probably won't see as many shots for Luka. He'll get some more assists though, so I could see 11
yeah,
assists being
but
that.
it's Luca. He's definitely gonna get those points.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and it's the argument is that he's been All NBA first team 5 straight years. It's like he should have won one. He's
Yeah,
got to win. But I had him at 3.
yeah,
Uh, I put Shea at 2. I think Shea and the Thunder are going to be the 1 seed pretty easily out west. And again, he's still going to get his numbers, his 30 so points per game, his 7-8 assists, so and be up there in steals per game too,
yeah,
being a great defender. So I'd put Shea slightly ahead of Luca because the narrative with OKC. But I had Giannis at 1. Again, I have a lot of stock in the Bucks this season, and I think Giannis is going to come back. And obviously, an unfortunate ending to last year. He got injured in that first round against Indiana. So we've seen before that Giannis comes back with a vengeance when things don't go his way in the playoffs. So I could definitely see Giannis doing that again. But again, he would have to average insane numbers to
He's
actually
just,
win it. And the Bucks would have to
yeah,
be great.
you have to go like 30, 12, maybe 6 assists.
But that's what he averaged last year.
For real? Damn.
Like that exact stat line, and it was like the first time in so many years that that's been done. Like a lot of years.
Yeah, like he just averages almost the exact same numbers for so long, and like we just got so used to it.
And no, yeah, exactly. You used to just take it for granted. No one really
No,
notices it.
he seriously just has to go crazy
Probably
to
the most quiet 30-point per game season ever. Like literally,
yeah, I think yeah. Giannis just gets a quiet 30 points per game because the way he gets his 30 points is different from everybody else. Everybody else is taking jump shots. Giannis is just driving and dunking layups, sometimes free throws. So sometimes you don't even notice he gets 30. But other guys like Luca, Shea, you could even say Kyrie, just dribble, step back, or spin jumper. Just all
yeah,
these just amazing looking jump shots. So
exactly.
yeah, that's gonna catch your attention way more than just like a hop step dunk every other possession.
Yeah, he don't get that love, that social media, that highlight love that a
Yeah.
Luka get because it's a lot of hard bully ball that you're not gonna post all that. But um, that's our awards. I honestly don't know how I feel about mine since last time I did them, but we will obviously end up revisiting this probably halfway through the season, I'd imagine. Give some updates as the season goes on.
Yeah, maybe like after All Star break, we could probably do like mid season award predictions.
So we'll probably do first week of the season, first week of the season MVP. But um, so that's what we got for now. I do have my All NBA teams as well, which I am questioning again looking at it. But you don't have those, correct?
Hmm?
You don't have All NBA teams written out here.
All NBA teams. No, I couldn't think of all NBA honestly.
I'll run through mine, and you tell me what you think. All right.
All right.
First team is Shea, Luca, Tatum, Giannis, Jokic.
That's not bad.
I feel like that's like generally consensus because
Yeah, that's like at this point it's the same thing every year.
yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing.
It's the exact same team as last year.
Maybe maybe they might put Giannis on the second team and Embiid on first team.
That could do.
If
Yeah,
if Embiid plays enough games, he might go to first team and Giannis might go to second team.
yeah, I see that. I had a beat on second team. I did it when I did this with Javin the like a couple months ago. This man had Embiid, didn't have him on any All NBA team at all. It's crazy.
What? That's
Man's a hater, bro. Man's a hater. But I had him second team with John Morant, Anthony Edwards, Zion, and Paolo.
oh Zion. That's an interesting one.
Listen, man, I'm rooting. I'm got faith in the Pelicans, man.
That's an interesting one.
If they get a 2 seed and Zion's the best player on that team, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
And then Paolo again, just expecting a big jump from Paolo, so I thought that's not too crazy. And then third team, I had Jalen Brunson, Devin Booker, Katie, Braun, 80.
That's not bad.
It sounds good on paper, but it's so many people that could make it. Like,
Exactly. Honestly, I think Brunson could probably squeeze into second team.
definitely could. Yeah.
I think so because
Ja, Ja Morant's such a wild card.
yeah, it's not just that, but like the Grizzlies, we don't know how good the Grizzlies are gonna be.
Yeah.
And then Ja literally gets injured like the first game of preseason too.
Facts. Oh my gosh, bro.
So
That
we don't even know if he's gonna be able to stay healthy this season. Hopefully he
was,
does.
I
But I
was
think,
talking about the Grizzlies are finally going to be good because they're not full of injuries this year. But
yeah,
then Jazz just injured himself. Gigi Jackson's out for a couple of months. Vince
yeah,
Williams Jr.'s out for a couple of months already. So, and I think Jaren's injured too, if I'm not mistaken.
oh god, it's just constant injuries with them.
So yeah, that's unfortunate. Um, but this is obviously based on the assumption that everyone's healthy. So,
Yeah,
but like honestly, like honorable mentions, like even just for guards, like people that I didn't put on here, that I didn't put Steph Curry on an All NBA team.
yeah, it's
You know
just
what I
so
mean?
because also I just don't think the Warriors are going to be that good this season.
Probably not. They weren't
I,
that good last year. But yeah, like Tyrese Maxey, Tyrese Halliburton, Damian
yeah,
Lillard, De'Aaron Fox. You know what I'm saying?
there's
I don't even put De'Aaron Fox on there, man.
there's so many great guards.
That's my dog. Like Jalen Brown, Kawhi, Paul George, DeMar DeRozan, Wimby. Wimby didn't make an All NBA team for me.
That's I mean I give him by his season. By his third season, he'll probably make an All NBA team.
Sure, I mean, if he wins Defensive Player of the Year, he probably will this year. But like over Anthony Davis, that really depends.
That's the thing. Oh yeah,
Wimby, like Sabonis, Bam. There's so many options. So
yeah.
yeah, that's very hard to predict.
There's
Uh,
so much talent in the NBA. It's crazy.
we're blessed. We're blessed. It's a great problem to have, honestly. Okay, so awards all done. Um, anything else you wanna touch on?
Mm, I'm gonna give one thing. I'm gonna give a wild card for MVP. I'm gonna say
Okay,
I'm gonna give Jalen Brunson. He's my wild card for MVP.
I like it. That's assuming obviously the next the best team in basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean if that does happen, then yeah, why not? But what would Jalen Brunson have to average for that?
that's the thing. He'd probably have to average there like his playoff numbers in the regular
Like
season.
35.
Yeah,
Because
he
because Jalen Brunson not the type to get double digit assists.
yeah he's a score first. That's the thing.
Yeah,
He's a score first guard, so he's gonna have to average 30 plus. At this point for MVP, you have to average 30 plus.
yeah, absolutely.
You have to average 30 plus because the
Unless
scoring
you're
league is just you have to score. So 30 plus, maybe like 4 rebounds, 6, 7 assists per game.
yeah,
But you have to be like crazy efficient too.
yeah, and they'd have to be like for Jalen Brunson specifically, they would have to be the one seed, and they'd have to be like in like a 65 win team. I think in
Yeah,
my eyes to win it over a Luca, to win it over a Shea.
yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
You got anything, bro?
for a wild card. Um, hell no. Shit. I mean, because like Jason Tatum's not a wild card pick. You know, he could. The
He gone.
Celtics.
He's not
Just,
really a wild card.
yeah, exactly. So no, I don't think so, man. I think if we
You
ain't
could
got nothing else,
you could even say Jalen Brown is a wild card. Not being selected for Team USA, that could probably give him like that extra boost. But with him, he's a secondary star. Honestly,
exactly. Yeah. He's not even the best player
I
on his
don't
own.
see him doing that. Maybe he'll have like a couple games where he just looks like a superstar. Maybe he
He
could
does.
probably drop 50 piece.
He be
Maybe,
doing that. He go on random streaks where he'll average 40 for 3 straight games, and then average 15 for the next 4.
yeah.
So, yeah, but no MVP Jalen Brunson. Bro, Jimmy Butler more of a wild card pick than Jalen Brunson. Keeping it above. Um, but that'll do it then. If we ain't got nothing else to say.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back next week. Hopefully, we'll have Nolan back with us. The NBA season is starting in about a week and a half.
11 days.
We are almost there.
Oh, finally.
I'm very excited. Very excited for the start of the season. But again, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week at 7:30. Again, make sure you guys follow Stadium Rant. Go to stadiumrant.com. We got the merch. We got all the content coming out. Give us a follow on X, so you know when we're dropping every week. Subscribe to the YouTube, and we'll see you next time.